colleges right now. You're playing, in front of recruits that are looking and kind of analyzing your work. And the faster you can get off to a better start, it's trying to play from behind can be difficult in some of those situations. As we begin at game number 1 now in this round 2 to 5 Swiss scenario.
Bus looking for a little double tap right off the bat, gets center downfield, and Sean not able to get it as he overshoots that a little bit too situation. Pearson blocked down through corner. Sean off to the races, one to beat. Sean short side shot. What a save as Shannon able to get to the ball, and Bus just gonna back up, trying to buy his team a little time to rotate, grab some of those small boost pads, and get back in rotation.
Well, Sean apparently not too far removed from Grand Champion as a Season 3 GC, so perhaps a little bit of a hint of that rank. So I think it's going to be a super close one based on that information alone. So that's definitely good to see here. And I mean, Swiss will typically do that, right? Because you play teams that are going to be at your same record. So it makes sense in my eyes that they would be pretty close. And of course, that's what we have with the bat as both defenses stepping up to the call. As you see Sean with a save himself after seeing that impressive one from Sean to begin things.
And we talked about how, these teams have a little bit of a feeling out period. We saw it early on there, just trying to chip the deep, looking for what sticks off some of the bounds, and then just kind of seeing and reacting from that as Shannon. The far side, Espinada, That's Pearson trying to take an infield pass right to Sean, broken up as Shannon, able to get over to it again. So some good reads on the defensive front here from the side of Team Octane.
Yeah, they've been piecing together things. Again, if you're just joining us, Arab in blue, Octane in orange. As now Pearson back towards the backboard of Sean. In from Sean. 1-0 Team Scarab.
And Bus just not giving up on this play. Bullied that first defender out just a little bit in picture perfect placement. Sliding past that last player. So a tight series still. The first goal coming 2 minutes in. Scarab on the board. Pearson going to chase it down as Sicky is going to leave it mid. Panda trying to rush to it. Now one pair back, 2v1. Shannon on the boards, gets blocked out by Sean, trying to free up Pearson as this one, long floater over mid, can't get the touch, and Sicky with the touch around. Now it's 3v1. Sicky, far side beach, cuts it back inside, looks for the fake, but Sean reads it all the way.
A great read from Sean and step across, but now this is back down to Waterfall and own goal. Unfortunate, but Sean will take it. It's his second goal credited to him after this touch here. I don't think the defense was expecting that waterfall. And both Sicky and Shannon, unfortunately, on that same ball, the pinch goes the opposite way they prefer. And go lead for Team Scarab.
Team Scarab doing all the right things, throwing it at the backboard, see if he can get the defense to double commit. Shannon at the center, blocked out by Sean. Panda looking for an air dribble. Bus able to get the touch off the sidewall, but not out. Sean tries to rush it down. Sicky back. Looked for the demo play as he landed. Pearson just rushed past him. Shannon, good move around the corner. Can't get the center. Down in front. Panda can't get a touch on the ball. Shannon back to it, and Bus makes the save. So a little bit of trickery coming out here from Team Octane.
Yeah, they're using their brains on these big brain plays and trying to get it around the defense in creative ways. And we'll look to build off of this as Sicky will go to the side wall, tries to find Shannon. Put that up in the air, and Sean will try to settle from here. As a demo will free it up. The ball will kind of just spit its way out to center field. Now Pearson will leave it for Bus. We got numbers the other way, back to Pearson. A touch from Shannon, maybe not the best one. It's left in the box, but nobody gonna jump up on it. Team Scarab and now Team Octane will live to see another minute and 35 seconds here. Shannon back across, over to Sicky, met by Buzz. Shannon, corner. Buzz able to jump up and meet that one as well. As Panda now backtracking a touch for himself. Pearson back down, trying to find Sean, and Sicky able to get that clear before Sean takes him out.
We see a few double commits being committed by both sides. Maybe just a little shaky coming into the match, maybe a little nervous as Pearson, good fake in midfield. Shannon, but cut that one away. Pass up the wall, Panda. Touch pass back down, Shannon. A sidewall, it's going to bounce around, but Plus has been very, very good on the backboard for this Team Scarab squad as he is able to get the clear out. Pearson across the midfield line.
Back into the hands of Shannon, who took a shot. Unfortunately, it was a little bit high, as that one could have been on net. No defender back there for Team Scarab, and an opportunity to cut the lead in half, but just not able to accomplish that. Now it's back in the middle goal line. All right, Sicky get it out temporarily, and a miss from Pearson, and his shot, that one should go in. It does, and Sicky able to cut that lead in half. 31 seconds remains. It's a 2-1 game.
And they knew they needed to stay aggressive. They sent that second man. They will have to punish any opportunity they get where they miss the ball defensively from the Team Scarab squad. 31 seconds left. It's a lot going to come down to this next face-off as Bus against Panda. Bus wins it clean. Going to get a goal off it as well. And an area we really haven't focused on is the kickoffs thus far.
That's exactly right. And it's huge and impactful because, you say, oh, we have 31 seconds left, and we're back within one, right? If you're Team Octane, you're like, we're feeling good about it. And then Scarab shuts you directly down. And it is super underrated to have those plays drawn up, or, even if you don't draw it up, at least the luck of the draw to be able to, win the kickoff and get yet another one from Bus. That's huge, because now you took Octane's run for a comeback here and just have completely doused it.
Bus looking to be a great all-rounder here, as his defensive work on the sidewalls has been very key for Scarab to kind of hold that early lead, and showing he can get up in the mix as well as that second man. Nice little double tap off the side of the wall, taken to the short side. Shannon up, over. Pearson gets the save back down in front, but Sicky with a quick follow-up. And again, the need to stay aggressive in Octane's vocabulary.
Oh, of course. They want to try and, piece it back together and get some momentum rolling into game number 2. As they have pulled it back within 2 here. Might be a little bit too late in this game number 1, but they'll look forward and build off of this, as their aggression paid off for them in some instances. And in some instances, like the 2 kickoffs that they surrendered, was the difference in this one. As Bus will put this one right back down the field, and they will take game 1 gladly, as Scarab just looked to really build. And we talked about an early start and how that is impactful here in these pressure situations, in these combines, if you will. And so, Scarab able to get that strong start. If we're talking about last series here, Gilthans, I'm talking about how, maybe there's not a chance moving forward for the team that didn't come out on top. For me, I think Team Octane showed signs of life here, and, pinning those 2, or, besides those 2 kickoff goals, it was pretty darn even throughout this game.
And Shannon, I like the control that he was kind of taking on the ball, forcing that defense to commit to him. He forced a lot of double commits at the line as well. So Octane just need a little bit of life with that second man. They stayed aggressive at the end of that game and potted some goals in because of it. So Octane just need to just maintain that same level of pressure, that same level of decision-making in the early game, and try and get the first goal here. And that's very impactful in these series where you have players that are very close in skill, very close in rank, very close in play style. Is getting that first goal is super, super helpful, both to your mentality and to the overall game state.
Yeah, and there's a couple of shots that they had that were just that much off, right? And if they were able to really get their accuracy going here early in this one, they will be able to accomplish that and get the first goal. And like I said, playing from behind is always more difficult. So if they're able to get that first goal, which I absolutely think they're capable of doing so, then it might be a different story here as we move into game number 2. And we see Sean off the back wall to begin things, over to Pearson. That was cut off by Shannon. Like you mentioned, more midfield presence from him, but unfortunately a miss there in the midfield, and that'll force them on their heels yet again.
Shannon, good third man decision making there. There's a 2v1 developing down the field from Scarab. Immediately steps into the ball, gets the clear back down, and able to maintain the offensive pressure because of it. Great decision making as Panda going to leave this one. Shannon trying to go across the front of the net. Touch pass over to Sicky. Midfield. Sean just going to corral this one as he'll chip it over. Look to play possession. S Panda able to get the touch. Demo in midfield as well. Shannon looking to take control. Beats one. Looks for the 50 against Pearson. Squirts out the mid. Nobody there. And another 50. There's a chance there for the side of Octane if they got to that ball. Another 50 around, and Shannon cannot be stopped.
No, he is on a mission for sure. The only thing he needs is a little bit of support on the front end. I saw him fake one and play a 50 right out in front where a teammate should be a little bit earlier in that sequence. And unfortunately, he needs somebody there in support. Otherwise, all of your efforts go by the wayside. And we saw that a little bit earlier too. As much as he's doing, they're not really, finding the opportunity to capitalize on it and get that score. As you see Bus now try to use back wall to find a teammate, not able to do so. So now Sicky will step up on the play and move back out. Got minimal boost to work with though, and it couldn't do much with it, so he should back off of this one, but still sticks around, making it awkward for his team. And a quick flick from Sean will put him up 1-0 for Team Scarab.
And that is just good decision-making on the side of Sean. He knows that two players do not have boost. One is going to rotate for that back pad. All he has to do is make that third man miss, and that communication is what got them that goal, that decision-making from Sean.
And excellent work. We saw it from Sean on the other side of the fields, and now Sean able to perfectly time that one and get the flick to pop past the defense. Sean had a flick of his own. The Bus read that one and got up really fast in the midfield or to beat them. This one will be off the back wall. Pearson already up for this one, but a good job from Sicky to be up as well. And now they'll try and play back out, but Bus does a good job to handle that. In fact, beats another. Sicky now gets a tap down. Sean read it all the way, and they're just giving up no space. Team Scarab all over Team Octane right now.
This ball is bouncing around like a pinball around the field as these touches going left, right, and center. Sicky able to get a nice 50 out to the opposite side. Two members there for Team Octane. Looking for the centering back in, but Bus, good shadow defense as Pearson wins a battle on the board. Shannon not going to be able to get back in time, and Pearson reads that play like a book.
Yeah, it's just like you saw from Sean earlier. It's knowing the right time to strike, jumping on it, and not only that, but doing enough with it where the defense can't get back to you. It's the opposing defense. Because that one just kind of rolls its way back in and kind of painful. It hurts right in the heart for Team Octane, who's done just about everything right except for these minute opportunities that they allow for Team Scarab. And now another opportunity there for Pearson as well, but that one going to go through the box and out. As Sean waits and baits, and Sicky also gets another one to bite as well, but S Panda is out temporarily as Pearson now tries to turn on it. Sean a quick touch. Left right in the hands of Sean, who needs to move it down the field. As a teammate, they're going to elect to go to the back wall instead, and Sean with a big clear out here as well. As Team Octane that close, but just can't connect when it comes down to, when they transition to the offensive side of the ball.
The defense for Scarab is all over the backboard. We saw Shannon try putting it up there once, twice, 3 times now as Panda tries to roll back downfield off the sidewall again. Quick challenge as Shannon gets back into the zone. Pearson able to touch pass it down to mid. Sean now off to the races, looking for the rebound. Down in front, shot far side. Maybe thought he had a teammate over there, but not able to connect to Shannon. Plenty of space, look out. Plenty of boost as well, looking for the double tap. And again, it's this backboard defense from Scarab that has made these saves.
Yeah, they've been outstanding here, and that's one of the big differences. And, Scarab is trying to go to the back wall to create offense because they realize that Octane isn't really there as a presence. Well, Scarab, they know their own game, and that they love to play that back wall, and that Octane likes to do that as well. And so they're able to read that and really, cut off plays before they even develop. If you're going to use that back wall, we're going to deny it. And you can tell that that's been a big part of the game plan here through the first 2 games. As we take down to 31 seconds left, a 2-0 lead again for Team Scarab. Just joining us, obviously, on the scoreboard is 1-0 in this series. One is saved, though, from S Panda. As now they're allowed maybe 2 more opportunities to get back down this field, but not look likely the way that Scarab has controlled the pace of play.
And Scarab is doing all the right things on the offense. Side of the ball. Oh my! Shannon almost gets a highlight reel goal at the end. Panda, last man defending. Sean gets 50. What a shot instead! Somehow sticks with it to get that goal.
That's just pure willpower. Look at Bus setting him up too with the low 50-50, and although S Panda does get the touch away, Sean stuck with it. And over the shoulder toss from that corner to the box. We'll make it 2-0 in this series for Team Scarab as they will walk away with this one, most likely 3-0. Pending a consolation prize, which they will not quite get. It's just been the story for Team Octane as they get the double touch goes a little bit shy of the net as well. So Team Scarab to get a sweep here, which is not easy to do in a Swiss, in a Swiss scenario in the second rounds. And not only that, but they've really controlled just about every when it comes to the scoreboard as well. Sean did a great job this time around, credited with 2 goals. The shot count pretty even here, though, Gil.
And it was even because Scarab is very, very good at controlling their rebound. See them go in transition by getting a clean defensive first touch, and they use the center of the field. Sean especially has been carrying the ball extremely well, forcing Octane to come to him. And he got a few of these plays where we saw him hold the ball for as long as he could. And especially when he knows these Octane players are out of boost after they've challenged, pushes it the limit all the way to net to get some of these shots and opportunities for that second man. Great job by Scarab, just kind of sticking with the same game plan and executing.
Yeah, they've done an excellent job so far. And obviously, anytime you get a shutout, you feel really good about your defensive performance. And Team Scarab, there's no exception here. There's no doubt about it, for sure. So both teams line up yet again. It's the last chance for Octane to really show what they're made of. As, they just continue to try and press forward and do what they've been trying to accomplish the entire time, which is fine passing. And that has been absolutely denied. Shannon has been forced to make solo plays consistently throughout this series. And, you need a little bit of help from your teammates as well. So we'll see if Siki and S Panda can find the right positioning on the 2 side of the ball as we head into game number 3 now. It should shape up to be closer in my opinion. But again, if Team Scarab is going to continue to cut off any kind of room that Octane has, then maybe it won't be, as they've had a great positioning and great strategy coming into games 1 and 2.
And for Octane, I want to see some infield passes, maybe carry them a little bit more. Shannon has proved that he has the kind of mechanics, kind of the wherewithal to make some of these solo plays. He can carry it into the zone and try and get a second man in there for Team Octane. They're going to find some chances. Sean over one. Shannon gets the block downfield, looking for Panda. Tried for the demo play. Smart. Big IQ Rocket League play there. Looking for the demo so that one can just dribble in. Unfortunately, not able to connect as Pearson challenged immediately. Sean down the boards looking for a pass of his own off the sidewall, and another challenge still out in front. Bus last man back 1v1. Shannon looks for the touch, back down to Panda. Bus comes up with a save, so patience is a virtue. Bus stands strong.
They do. And Team Octane finally knocking on the door here, as they've made smart plays, I would argue. Just can't finish, but guess what? Team Scarab, they're not having any trouble finishing on the other side of the field. So Team Scarab up 1-0 yet again. It's Sean. It's the one that gets a good read. A timely challenge has been the name of the game for Team Scarab.
And anytime these Octane cars are positioned a little awkwardly on defense, you see that Scarab throws that first man in so aggressively. What a shot from the sidewall. Siki bangs it home, and just like that, we're tied up.
Oh, Gil, we talked about how kickoffs are so important, and a goal right off the bat is, kind of left Octane in a place where they were uncomfortable, being down 2-0 in the series and then already surrendering the first goal early in this one. But a kickoff goal can get your confidence rolling back in the other direction, especially when you tie it here early in this one. So, again, kickoffs maybe, very underestimated in some instances.
And the kickoffs are just such a key part of Rocket League. I feel it's a very underappreciated part, even of the proceeds. Siki gets another one. You talked about how they need to step it up a little bit on the offensive front. Shannon getting a good touch to the backboard, and Siki burying it down in front.
Yeah, and Gil, it goes back to what you were saying about Shannon as well. You have the mechanics. That was a pre-flip in order to put that off the back wall. Well-timed, and that was quite the velocity on that pass as well. It didn't take much velocity on the shot because they had the defense in a compromising position, kind of bottled within their own net. Siki tried for another one as well off the double touch. Just a little bit shy. This one's across. And Shannon going to bait in the defense with his miss. And Siki again, forcing Pearson back. He is able to get back to this defensive challenge, though. Well, trying to play from his own back wall. But Shannon had already read it. Now we'll try to backpass to Siki, but misses. Bus. Get past Pearson. Want to get another touch over one. Tries to get a second touch off that back wall, and although it does, it'll squeak its way out to the corner, and it'll remain this 2-1 scoreline.
I feel like Octane they're playing as a team now. We see them passing off the backboard, finding each other. That second man coming a lot quicker in this game. And we saw them just kind of try and find each other on the field where we didn't really see that in the last one. You know, it's all well and good if you have the mechanics, you're looking for some of these solo plays, but ultimately Rocket League, it's a team game, and you have to put forth a team effort to win, especially in some of these higher level matches from high school up. And a shot from Bus, looking for the backboard. Shannon able to block it down the corner, looking to follow through, but Sean already there, plenty of boost, tried to get the read as this one goes over. Pearson 1v1 opportunity. Bus stands strong on defense again, and he has been a rock for the defensive side for Scarab.
He has been, and we'll need more out of him as well, because if this goes to a 3-1, well, then Scarab has every opportunity. And in fact, I would argue that that might, force a game number 4 here, which we haven't seen in a very long time here, as game number 3 continues on to 1:40 remaining. Both of these teams with a 3-0 win to start things out as well. So both of them had confidence rolling in, and Octane, well, felt a little bit awkward here after going up 3-0 or winning 3-0 in round 1 and then going down 0-2 in this series. Well, they're starting to figure it out. It's a great pass as well, and Sean gets one. But a great save again, and Pearson on the counterattack will try to get this read as well. But he'll stay out to the corner, and they'll look to press back yet again as Bus needed to it by Sean, who almost got the fake on this. Well, the action is back and forth. You'll love it, Gil.
Octane just taking advantage of any little mispositioning from the side of Scarab, and it took him a while to warm up. I feel like the engines are firing on all cylinders now as Sean tries for a little solo play down mid, one to beat, tries for the flicking Panda, a great challenge up over top. Siki gets up and makes another huge save. Shannon, long shot in, Bus. Turns to the far side. Sean misses that one. Chance here. Panda, backboard, still there. Shannon, shot just off. They looked to just put the dagger in, weren't able to get it. And now here, Carib the other way. Panda off the sidewall. Sean gonna dive in, gets demoed for his trouble. Back down in 23 seconds left. They need a goal. Scarab without Siki looking for Shannon. Side shot just off the mark as it rebounds off that crossbar. One by him, Bus up, plenty of boost, looking for the center, all backboard, demo out in front, play by Panda. Shannon just trying to lag the clock. It's their best fourth man, down in front, Sick turns away, but not down and out yet. Panda to the sidewall, still alive. Sean with a hit, Bus keeps it up, and now transition. Good pass, Pearson. Can he get to it? No! And what a chance there at the end of the game by Scarab.
I love that they kept their heart in this one, because it's very easy to say, hey, I'm 2-0 anyways, so, we don't have to try to go the length of the pitch. They had a very good opportunity to try to transition this one. But yes, Octane will force a game 4, the first one that we've seen all night long, and so we're excited to play on with this one, because this was an exciting game, as this one went the length of the pitch on multiple occasions, back and forth both ways. An excellent showing between both teams. Octane pieced it together really well there, but Scarab didn't really go anywhere anyways. They continued with it, and so that will make for an interesting game number 4. A quick bounce back from Scarab and a closeout of the series, or does Octane build off of this 2-1 win as Siki made a strong performance there at the very beginning of this one? Sean had one goal. They weren't quite able to bring it around. Octane's accuracy just that much better, and it was one of the reasons why they were able to pull out this win.
Siki doing a good job in the midfield, and I feel like that's where his home is. He just kind of slides into the slot there, let Shannon do his thing with the ball, making those defenders commit, and then if he can make a man miss, there's an opportunity there, and Siki did not miss that game when the opportunity presented itself right out in front. He got 2 goals kind of with those greasy areas in front of the net, and Scarab not able to do anything about it. Plus, we talked about how very solid defensively for Scarab, but have to turn it up with these defensive first touches and this increased pressure from Octane.
Yeah, they'll look to amp it up here in game number 4 as we have taken both sides. 5 minutes on the clock, and we're underway with game number 4 of this best of 5 in round 2. Both teams have that 3-0 win to begin with, and Octane now just pieced together their first win of this series as first 2 had gone the way of Scarab. They'll look to continue to build off that. Siki Will use the corner here, tries to get a read off of it, but Pearson with a good job to recover on this one. But another good read from Sean, as we've seen multiple times throughout this series. Almost got that angle to go as well, but to go all the way across the field instead. Some demo on Sean on Pearson. Sean going to try to sit down. Boss, it's a 50-50 across the field, as Pearson does get the 100 boost here as well, but unfortunately overshot it now. And so Sean will be forced to jump up from the third man position. And Sicky trying to force a transition play, but none to be here. Now this will open up some space with the demo. They'll have numbers the other way.
Sean gets a good block on the wall, and you said they had numbers, but the defensive work from Scarab has not gone away, as Shannon tries to get the clear back down. Bust, quick center out in front, right on the money. Pearson rushes up from the slot.
Oh, great anticipation in this slot from Pearson as well, as look, when Bus was up to get this touch, he was already on the move, right where he knew that Bus was going to go with it. That's just anticipation, intuition, and communication all working in tandem.
And they made a nice challenge on the ball as well. Bus got a good angle on the ball by just kind of positioning his car in that space that he was allowed to have. On the side of Octane as Sicky for this ball to drop down, and man challenging from the back of Panda out in front. Bust with the save now, transition shot the other way, gonna go deep, and a long arcing shot from Bus puts them on the board again.
Yeah, Bus, you said he was great on the defensive side of the ball. Well, that doesn't mean saves. That also means recognition to just pop out of your zone and into the back of the net. Just a one bouncer will put them up 2-0 now. So Octane was able to kind of dig their way out of a 1-0 deficit in the last game, but Gil makes it a little bit more difficult when you're talking about two quick goals. And now another opportunity as well. Bus up yet again, trying to get that second touch. Unable to do so, and Sean, an accidental flip, will allow Octane to survive this sequence.
And Octane just need to get control of the ball. It's kind of bouncing around on the defensive front, finding some of these open spaces that Scarab is expecting. They just need to calm down, get control of it, and then just execute that same breakout. Shannon especially has a good grasp on, you know, how to kind of control out through that midfield line, setting our offensive rotation as Sicky hammers this one back down. Bus bumped off the ball, but still with it. Bus looking for the center, Sean out in front, and what a goal. But how about the persistence there from Bus?
Yeah, he just stuck with it, right to the corner after bumps. Look at that recovery as well. Using the boost to put all four wheels on the wall to get another touch across. Yeah, that's just persistent from Bus. And he has been the impact player that's... I wasn't exactly going to call his name when we began this series as being the impact player, the MVP will. But after this performance in this one, man, he might as well have my nomination at this point.
And there's something to be said about being a very good all-round player. You know, you see some of these people that come in as offensive, defensive specialists in things like RLCS. You know, you get somebody like AJ that you know is just going to try and push the limit, try and score for your team. But there's something to be said about that, you know, kind of unspoken third-man role where you're just a great all-around player. Your decision-making is very, very key in those kind of roles. And Bus, I think, has kind of played that role to perfection tonight.
An illusion, if you're gonna talk about FaZe, right? Kind of an illusion style player who's always that third man that's waiting for first killer and AJ to step up, make a play, right? Just being that all-around player. Yeah, Bus giving off those vibes for sure for me. By the way, this entire team Scarab is all juniors, so definitely on the up and up as well. So definitely players to keep an eye on as well, as they have impressed me. Just a well-rounded effort here too. I mean, you see all three players have been on the scoreboard for this game number 3 as well. And sure, they have a minute and 26 to hold on to, but they're giving me every reason to believe that they will.
Bus trying to center it back down. Little double commit here. Looking for Bus on the north side. Can't get it, but Sean, the immediate follow-up, and Scarab is just all over the offensive side of the field.
Yeah, that crafty little touch as well, and that was perfectly placed and calculated from Sean. That S-Panda had to completely change his trajectory, backwards position to try to get to that far wall in order to make a play, and then you're going to open up some space to put that ball in the back of the net. Excellent recognition there, and yet again, another goal.
These high school players are no joke. They're playing a lot better than I probably ever could. Bus Get the touch back up around. Shannon trying to drop pass it down in front, and Sicky denied right on the doorstep. Sean gets bumped from behind by his teammate. Bus just going to take the shot. Bus, a little give and go play there. Alabite, a non-consensual one is Pierce. Tries to get it back down around. Fakes one, and Bus had the positioning on the sideline. So now Scarab showing a little bit of that trickery that we saw Octane earlier on.
Yeah, they're looking to amp things up in that regards. As that one's back down the field, though. Good transition, and this is unfortunately what I would say Team Octane needed earlier. As we talked about the aggressive nature and style of Team Scarab for a bit. Team Octane finally figuring out that when they commit a little bit too far forward, that the transition's the way to go. They did figure that out, but maybe a little bit too late.
And I don't know, was a design kickoff from the side of Scarab. Sean just leaps up into the play from that side roll and gets a block immediately. No one going for the face-off for Scarab. So maybe a little bit of good team communication to set face-off play as back down in front. Chance here for Sicky. Look, short side, fakes it out, and Sean able to buy some time, able to get across the front of the net, and plus with the clear. And Scarab will take this series 3-1. A great last game for them, getting back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, exactly, because Team Octane had definitely, started to build a little bit of that momentum back, but it seems to me that, whatever team got that first goal, they continue to roll with it. Team Octane had to come from behind a victory in some degree in that last game, and, we really thought that maybe it would turn their wheels in the right direction, but Team Scarab decided that they wanted to shut it down, to slash the tires. That couldn't keep the wheels rolling in that direction, and so, Team Scarab walks away with this one. Impressive, well-rounded effort is the more important part here, as Bus definitely did the facilitating. The third man just solid in every degree, and Sean and Pearson just a little bit late to or a little bit stronger than the combination that Octane had to put on the field, at least in this rounds. We want to talk to you about another competition coming up. Weekly tournaments from Stay Plugged In are here, and we have week 0 coming up. It is Turbo Tuesday happening on December 14th. Turbo Tuesday, again, weekly tournaments. It's